Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial, loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, dă-mi plămân ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit, fiindcă avem o singură viață. De ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. De ale, de ale, de ale, ce ale, 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 nu știu ce să aleg, dar ce ale, 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 ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, yeah. De ale, de ale, de ale, de ale. Dar ce ale, 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 ale.
Știi, avem o singură viață și nu
știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial, loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, dă-mi plămân ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit, fiindcă avem o singură viață. De ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. De ale, de ale, de ale, de ale.
Hi, welcome everyone to another deadline stream on this channel just ahead of Gaming 15 of Fantasy Premier League. Welcome everyone. Good morning, good evening, depending on wherever you're watching this stream. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. And yes, FPL is finally back. 3 deadline streams in 7 days is just insane. But yeah, to be honest with you, I like the chaos. I like having a lot of streams, obviously, and a lot of gamings to do so because yeah, it's really fun at the moment. Thanks a lot for joining. How is everyone? Please let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, for me, it's going to be a pretty straight up stream. I've done my moves 2 days ago. I'm pretty much set up, I think, with how my team is going to look like for Gaming 15. So yeah, today we have a lot of time to discuss your teams. If you want to send me your teams on Twitter, on my socials, you have the links into the description of this stream. And yeah, good to see you again. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Um, yeah, we're going to wait a little bit to see if any more people are going to join, and then we're just going to jump straight to my team and discuss about my team. Hopefully, you can hear me. Okay. Hopefully the connection is all right. It's looking like it's okay. Yeah. So yeah, what a crazy game it was, Gaming 14, right? We have 2.5 hours till the deadline, so we have a lot of time to discuss about everything you need to know basically ahead of Gaming 15. Now, guys, also what I want to mention, and probably I'm going to mention that a lot on stream. This in Gaming 15, this is your last chance to use all of your free transfers, and I would advise you to use all of your transfers because in Gaming 16, if you don't know already, everyone is going to have 5 free transfers because of the AFCON tournament. So again, if you're not going to use your free transfers before Gaming 15, you're going to lose them in Gaming 16. For an example, if you have 3 free transfers right now and you just think that you're going to have 8 in Gaming 16, that's not going to happen. Everyone is going to have 5 free transfers in Gaming 16 no matter what. So make sure you make all of your free transfers before Gaming 15 deadline. Yeah, I think that we should move to discuss my team a little bit. Hi, Chandri Balu. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciated. Morning. Good morning to you. Thanks a lot for joining the stream again. My team is Raya, Munoz, Guardiol, Richards, Bruno Fernandes, Anderson, Bruno G, Rice, Paqueta, Thiago Haaland, Captain Mateta, Paqueta to who, or just go Rice to Saka? Uh, I think that I would sell Paqueta. Honestly, I think that obviously Paqueta is a worse pick, I think, than someone like Rice. I don't feel like, again, if you want to go from Rice to Saka, if you want to have Saka long term, that's perfectly fine. And also, you have the money to do that. Other than that, you have Bruno Fernandes, Anderson, Bruno. Yeah, maybe Paqueta to Foden. Maybe Paqueta to Foden. Depending on your strategy, could be a really nice move. So, yeah, probably that's what I would do. Now you're going to see in a minute, but that's what I did. Also, I bought Foden for Gaming 15. Now that also works really well with my strategy of free hitting in Gaming 16. So again, you need to see how that's going to work for you. But probably I would do Paqueta to Foden. I think I already did Foden out for Semenyo. But is there a possibility of free hit this week to make up for the lost ranks, or is it better to sell Nje in Gaming 16 and then roll the other 4 transfers than free hit Gaming 17? No, I don't think that you should use your frit just because you want to make up for the lost ranks in the recent weeks. I don't think that that's how you should think. Luca de Gabriel, also thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate to see you here again. Uh, Semenyo to Foden, I would not cancel that move, I think, because Semenyo dropped in price. Foden rised in price 2 times, I think, in the last 3 times actually in the last 4 days. So I don't think that I would use the frit because you're just going to lose a lot of value if you're going to activate the frit. So I would just let it how it is, Semenyo to Foden, and then yeah, sell and join Game Week 16, 17, whenever you want to do that. And yeah, free at Game Week 16, 17, you really need to see when your team is going to look really bad, and then just use the frit in that week. Um, Sorry, I meant Foden in for Semenyo. Yeah, I understood. I understood that probably nobody's going to sell Foden to buy Semenyo, right? Hi, Auto Aim Spammer. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here again. Is Foden worth getting in for -4? I mean, for -4, probably not. But it really depends. If you're selling, uh, I don't know, if you're selling someone like Sar, someone like Ismail Assar, then yeah, probably he's worth in getting in for -4. But taking a hit, taking a -4 just before we're going to get 5 free transfers, I just really can't find a lot of good reasons to take a hit, honestly, in Game Week 15. So probably I would avoid doing that. Maybe he could be worth it. Maybe again with Foden, he's an interesting one. I think that he's going to be a decent player to have long term. But could he be on the bench today against Sunderland? Yes, of course. So and then if you're going to take a hit to buy Foden and you're going to see him on the bench, I don't know. You would be just really destroyed, I think. So anyway, I don't think that I would take a hit before game week 16 anyway. Now, moving to my team. Um, Also, Chandri Balu, yeah, I know that Rice might be injured. The thing is with Rice, we're going to look also about on what Arteta said about Rice. I think that he's going to start against Aston Villa. Now, this is obviously just my opinion. I think that the injury is not that bad, and yeah, he's a doubt. He's a doubt again, so I can't really not say that. But uh, yeah. Yeah, still. Rice to Foden, Paqueta to Foden, Bryce to Saka. Yeah, if you want to go for Saka, then just do it. I think that both are really good. Um, Hi, MD Sakib Basan. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. Good evening, boss. Good evening, boss, to you too. Thanks a lot for joining. How are you, mate? Yes, plus it is Sunderland, so it is a trickier fixture. Yeah, of course. It's not an easy fixture. I just bought Foden. So let me try to explain to you guys. I sold Semenyo to Foden 2 days ago, I think, and I got 2 price rises. So this is probably one of the reasons why I've gone with this move. And also another reason is I'm going to use my frit in Game Week 16. So I'm not going to have Foden in my team anyway in Game Week 16 when he's going to play against Crystal Palace. But in Game Week 17, I'm going to have him back against West Ham. So he was just a player I want to have long term. And obviously I needed to make one free transfer to not lose it in Game Week 16, and I had these options. I thought about a lot of other midfielders, a lot of other players to buy. I wanted to sell Semenyo, so I thought about Saka. Again, Aston Villa away. I'm going to have him on a free against Wolverhampton anyway, so I didn't go with Saka. Um, I thought about Gakpo. Again, he played just 45 minutes for Liverpool, so yeah, I couldn't really go for Gakpo. So yeah, I ended up with Foden, but yeah, the thing is also because of the money, because of the value, I didn't want to lose too much value on Semenyo dropping, on Foden rising, and I think that if he's going to score a goal or do something today, I think that his price is going to skyrocket. And also, I'm not going to use any of my 5 free transfers in Game Week 16 since I'm going to use my free. A lot of transfers probably are going to happen, and probably I'm going to lose some value because everybody is going to sell and buy a lot of players in Game Week 16 when I'm just going to use my free. So I'm just going to make those moves in Game Week 17. So yeah. yeah, it's a tricky fixture. Again, if Foden plays against Sunderland, it's good, right? He could score, he could assist, he could do something. But the only problem is we're not. At least me, I'm never 100% sure when a Man City player is going to start. Now, for what's worth, Foden started all the games and played close to 90 minutes since game week 4, which is encouraging, I would say, as a buyer of Foden. Uh, but again, he scored 2 goals. He scored 4 goals in the last 2 games. So of course, it is a little bit of a knee jerk, and it's not, I don't know, my kind of move to take a risk and buy someone like Foden. But yeah, it just make a lot of sense. Made a lot of sense for my team, for my strategy. So that's why I bought Foden in. And pretty much I didn't want to buy any other midfielders. I didn't want to go for Mbeumo. I didn't want to go for Cunha, Gakpo, Bukayo Saka. With Njae, I'm going to sell him probably in game week 17. 7 people on the live stream. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And yeah, thanks a lot for being with me. I really appreciate it. My free team, fine. So this is your free team, right? Ramsdale, Munoz, Chow, Tarkovsky. Yeah, really nice defense. Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Bruno Guimaraes, Minte, Haaland, Thiago Welbeck. Yeah, your team looks good. I'm not sure if I would go for Thiago on a free hit. He's playing against Spurs away, so not necessarily the best fixture, I would say. But yeah. Hello, by the way. Hello to you too, Aaron. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. So again, I made a free draft and a wildcard draft this week. I'm not sure, 100% sure at the moment if it was a 3-5-2 or a 3-5-3, but I think that I would go for Voltemad instead of Thiago probably. Yeah, Voltemad probably. Yeah, I think that I would go for Voltemad instead of Thiago, and I don't know, have another player there in midfield. So Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Minte. You could go for an Mbeumo, I think, on a free hit also. Could be okay. Hi Dennis, hi Nix, thanks a lot for joining. Hi Ivor, Sandal, thanks a lot guys for joining the stream. Thoughts on Gordon as a differential? I think that Gordon is a nice differential for this fixture against Burnley. I included him also on my free draft for Game Week 15. So yeah, short term, I think that Gordon. I think that again, I think that he's going to start against Burnley. After that, I'm not sure if his minutes are going to be amazing. I'm not even sure if he's going to play 90 minutes against Burnley. But even probably 70 minutes is all right. Gordon on penalties. So as a differential, yeah, I really like him. I think that he's a great option, especially for the short term, especially for this fixture um, in game week 15 against Burnley. So yeah. Okay, so FPL upgraded their site. I see here with some notes. So yeah, really nice. This player currently has 4 yellow cards in the Premier League and will face a 1 match suspension should they receive another before game week 10. Okay, so that's good to know. FPL trying to keep Munoz ownership really low, which is nice for me. I really appreciate it. And also about Nje, he's going to go for African Cup of Nations from game week 17 to game week 22. Okay, nice touch from FPL here with some notes. Mbeumo really didn't play well against West Ham. Could you help me out if you think Thiago isn't a good pick? Maybe I can play O'Reilly in the back instead, but I'm not sure he will start. I'm not sure if I would go for O'Reilly. Now, just a second. I'm going to check my video for this week to see how my team was. um, so in my team, obviously, I had Gakpo. Again, if you want to go for someone like Gakpo, probably he's okay to start against again on a free hit. Uh, so I've gone with O'Reilly, Chow, Tarkovsky, Allison obviously in goal here. Gordon, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, and Belmo Gakpo. This was my midfield 2 days ago when I posted this video. Now, again, you need to go for 3 players from Newcastle. That's clear. 3 players from Manchester City. If you don't want to go for O'Reilly, try to go for Donnarumma in goal if you can afford that. Um, in attack, I have just Haaland and Voltemad. So, yeah. Again, you could go for someone like Welbeck if you want, but yeah, probably it makes more sense, right, to have someone like Welbeck instead of Gakpo, I guess. If we get some leaks, O'Reilly is going to start, then yeah, he could be an amazing pick on a free. Don't get me wrong, Aaron. Uh, but yeah. Nix, Sol Semenyo, and Enzo for Foden and Minte for -4. I mean, again, as I said before, I'm just not sure if I would do those moves for a hit just before Game Week 16 because everybody's going to get 5 free transfers. But those moves in particular, I really like them. I like that you sold Semenyo and Enzo, who probably aren't that much popular at the moment, and you bought in Foden and Minte, who I really like. I have both of those players in my team, so yeah, I really like Foden and Minte, especially for this fixture. So yeah, those are good moves, Nicks. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Um, Foden actually rose in price 3 times in the last 4 days, which is I don't know, probably unheard in the FPL community at the moment. Um, yeah. What's up, all? Hi, Gavin Hartzenberg. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here again. Really appreciate it. Um, Felt forced as I didn't want to miss the price change. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. One of the reasons I bought Foden was obviously because I just thought that what 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 if he's going to score another goal against Sunderland? He's going to rise in price so many times, and since I'm going to use my free hit in Game Week 16, I just wouldn't be able to buy him in Game Week 16, so I would need to wait till Game Week 17, and that's again okay. If you want to wait till Game Week 17, I think that's okay, but yeah, it could be Foden at 9 millions or something like that until Game Week 17. So you you should take some risks, but yeah, fair enough, fair enough. You sold Semenyo Enzo for -4. Again, it is what it is. In some cases, I'm not against hits. In general, again, if a hit is going to make your team much more better for the future, then it's okay. But yeah, if you at the same time, if you can go without it, that's perfectly fine. Hi, Paul Ju. Hi, um, Bichkovi. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Really good to see you here again. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Good morning to you, and good morning to everyone. I did Saka to Foden, and will probably do Mbeumo to Saka next week. Fair enough. Fair enough. If you don't have a lot of money tied up in Bukayo Saka, then again, especially if you're on a free hit in Game Week 16, selling Saka to Foden, free hitting maybe in Game Week 16 to have Saka and then having Foden back against West Ham, it is a nice move. So again, also with this, although I think that, and I said it a lot of times, with the 5 free transfers we're going to get next game week, I don't think that you should use all of them in one go. I think that as many as you can keep, the better. But at the same time, if you want to take a 1 week punt for game week 15, feel free to do it. I think that's a perfectly reasonable strategy because In Game Week 16, you're going to have 5 free transfers, and you're going to be forced to use one anyway. So yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Hopefully for you and for me, Bichkovi Foden is going to start and do something against Sunderland at home. And also, hopefully for you and for me, Saka is going to blank. That would be amazing. I've changed Thiago to Voltemad and changed Ramsdale to Donnarumma. So Thiago to Voldemort and Ramsey to Donnarumma. Again, feels great. Feels great. Again, uh, Thiago, Thiago and Ramsdale versus Voltemad and Donnarumma. Yeah, I think that I kind of like more this option with Voldemort and Donnarumma because you're attacking that fixture against Burnley. Because obviously Newcastle could easily keep a clean sheet against Burnley. Let's be honest, it's the easiest fixture this season. But going with someone like Voldemort, for me, on a free, it just makes a lot of sense. He could score some goals, and yeah, Donnarumma also. Although uh, Burnley at home is a better fixture for Newcastle. Sunderland at home for Manchester City is not such a bad fixture. Talking about the chances of Man City keeping a clean sheet, so yeah, I like that. I bought Palmer instead of Foden. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know what to say about the transfer. Paul Ju. Again, I think that yeah, it is a super differential. Uh, Palmer, so yeah, I don't really mind it. Is he going to start against Bournemouth? That's probably my only question about Palmer. And if he's going to start, how many minutes is he going to get? But again, at some point in the future, I suppose that a lot of people are going to try to have Cole Palmer into their teams if he's going to be fit and play good minutes and do something also FPL related. Uh, yeah, for me it is a little bit too early to buy Palmer, I think, but I may as well just have Palmer on my free in Game Week 16. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully for you and for me, he's going to get good minutes in Game Week 15 against Bournemouth for me to be able to pick him on my free in Game Week 16. So yeah, I like minutes and pens. I don't know what to say. You like minutes? I mean, I also like that Palmer is on penalties, but about the minutes of Palmer, I'm not sure what's to like at the moment because he's just back from an injury, so we don't know if his minutes are going to be secure. Now, obviously, when he's going to be fit and available and ready to go, we know that Cole Palmer probably is going to play close to 90 minutes every game, but I'm just not sure if we are at that stage, in that stage at the moment. So he played 30 minutes against Leeds. Probably he's going to start, I would say, against Bournemouth, maybe 60, 70 minutes. I just don't think that he's going to play 90 minutes straight in his first starting for Chelsea for a long period of time. Um, I don't know about City keeping a clean sheet coming from a City fan. Yeah, there's no other keepers other than Van Bruggen, but Brighton aren't very consistent considering 4 from Villa. I would like to have 3 players from Man City anyway, so City again, it's not. Sunderland also scored just 1 goal against Liverpool, and if you think that City are defending a little bit better than Liverpool, or at least they are in a better place, let's be honest, than Liverpool, there is a chance of a clean sheet for Manchester City. Now, how big that is, I'm not sure, and I wouldn't, I don't know, bet on Manchester City keeping a clean sheet, but I think that the chances are there. And going for someone like Verbruggen against West Ham, Brighton could easily concede just like City. So, yeah. Um, would have been priced out. That's the thing. Save 0.3 by going early. Nice, nice. Good luck to you, Paul Ju. I truly hope that Palmer is going to do something for you, and hopefully it's going to be a pick because at the moment in FPL, it is a really shame because I don't want to say it's boring at the moment, but we don't have. If we had other options like Mohamed Salah, like Cole Palmer, like Bukayo Saka, who are smashing it, this kind of premium players, it would make the game also a little bit more interesting because it wouldn't. Now that everyone has Haaland and nobody wants to go to Palmer, nobody wants to go for Salah. It's pretty easy to own pretty much any player you want. So yeah, hopefully for that's going to change real soon. Um, Hi, Mr. Gika. Where are you from? I'm from Romania. Thanks a lot for asking. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. You think Foden starts? Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much what I think. I bought him because I want him for the future mostly, and I didn't want to get to lose a lot of value waiting till gaming 17. Now, if you ask me, yeah, I think that he's going to start, but am I sure about it? Of course not. It's a Man City midfielder. They're going to play against Real Madrid in the Champions League. So again, if you have doubts around Foden, yeah, just don't go for him. But I want him for the future. I wanted to catch some price rises, so that's pretty much the main reason why I bought him in, and because I didn't really like the other options I had in midfield. Uh, yeah, I think that he's going to start. Pep Guardiola said a lot of times when Phil Foden is in good form, he wants to play him pretty much every gaming. He's also young, and he said also in the past that Foden can play in 3 to 3 days, so it's not such a big problem with him. Now, could he be on the bench? For sure. At the moment, I think that I'm 70% thinking that Foden is going to start, but that's just my opinion, so it doesn't really matter. Pep Guardiola doesn't really care what I'm thinking. Leox also, thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it. I feel like City might rotate, so I like Donnarumma to be fair. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I think that they are not going to play the same 11. They played against Fulham midweek, definitely. I think that we're going to see some rotation. Maybe someone like Cherky is going to come in, maybe someone like Reinders is going to be on the bench. Maybe someone like O'Reilly. If there's a game to rest him, I suppose that it is this one. Again, even with someone like O'Reilly, he's young again, so he could play. Pep Guardiola said that he's going to be rested at some point, but he doesn't know when. Now, obviously, he knows when, but we don't know when he's going to rest them. So I can see some changes for Manchester City for sure. What do you think about the benchings? Twitter is so confusing. People benching Foden, Chow. Yeah, I didn't saw a lot of I didn't saw a lot of people benching Foden, to be honest with you, but let me just check it, right? So let's move a little bit here. Is there a leak about Foden not starting? That would be the only reason I think people are benching Foden. Yeah, let me just go to. I wanna show you at least what Pep Guardiola said yesterday about the rotation. Now maybe I should go here. It's a Man City account. Tu. Yeah, if I can find the the code, that would be amazing. Have to go, but left a like. Thanks a lot, Bichovsky. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Good luck for you this gaming if you're leaving. Really appreciate it. Um, yeah, it seems like I can't really find the code. So, Pep Guardiola, whenever Nico O'Reilly needs rest slash rotation. He's young. He's not Bernardo Silva, maybe, or another players. They are already grandfathers. He's so young, recovers well. We'll see. So yeah, this is not really helpful, obviously. Yeah, I guess that's it. People are cutting the whole coat out. In the video, he said yes in the beginning for resting O'Reilly. Yeah. I mean, there was another quote about O'Reilly, but when he said something like they are going to rest O'Reilly, yes, but he doesn't know exactly when that's going to happen. So it doesn't sound like necessary he's going to be rested for gaming 15 against Sunderland, but yeah. Yeah, I think that this is the one. So maybe he will, talking about getting a rest, but I don't know when. He's young, he's so young, a teenager, and he recovers well. We will see day by day. Now, again, nobody can guarantee you that Riley is going to start or not. Um, he played the last two games, to be honest with you. So, again, would anyone be surprised for O'Reilly to be rotated? Yeah, I don't think that a lot of people would be surprised by that. But yeah, thanks a lot, Mr. Gika. Yeah, it's true. Not a lot of Romanians are doing FPL content. I'm not real sure how many. I know a channel, obviously, Football English Punct or something like that. When with some guys from Romania who are making FPL content. But other than that, honestly, I'm not sure if there are any. And yeah, when I started this channel in, I don't know, 2021 or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I was the first one, but thanks a lot for joining the stream. Thanks a lot for watching my content. It really means a lot. It obviously really helps. And yeah, hopefully you're getting something from this. Who'd you bench out of Anderson from Fulham, Richards, Cucurella, Mateta, Thiago? Yeah, I would. I definitely would not bench Mateta, of course. Cucurella against Bournemouth, Richards, Anderson. Uh, so you need to bench just one. I would not bench Mateta and Thiago, that's for sure. And then Richards, I probably would start also Anderson and Richards and bench Cucurella, although that doesn't really feel great. But I just think that the fixture for Chelsea is not amazing. We could see someone like Cucurella be rotated maybe at some point. So who knows? I wish they would make it clearer. Yeah, with Pep Guardiola again, we're used to Pep Guardiola in the last 10 years or something like that in FPL. So we know that again, as a manager of a football club, you don't really want to you don't want to give too much information anyway. So I understand that. And with Pep Guardiola, it was a nightmare. Back in the years in FPL, nobody would know where a player, when a player would be rotated. Hi Radu Gavriluc, also thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciated. Should I free it? Yeah. Let me just take a look at your team. So you have Eze, who probably is going to start. You have Timber. Probably I would start Timber here instead of Senesi. Uh, no, I don't think that you should use the Frit. I mean, it really depends how your team is going to look like in the next few game weeks. But for this game week, you have three players for Man City. You have Vicario, who's okay against Brentford at home. You have Timber and Eze, who I just think that Eze is going to start um, this game week. And Semenyo again. If you want to sell Semenyo to another player, that's perfectly fine. You also have Welbeck, which is okay. Now, if we go to gaming 16, let's see. Probably, but again, you have two players from Arsenal. But here you have Munoz and Foden, Haaland, O'Reilly against Crystal Palace away. With Eze, you're probably not going to know for sure if he's going to start this game, if he's going to play in the Champions League. Gibbs White against Spurs. So I think that I would rather use the free hit in Game Week 16 because I would like to go against Man City players in Game Week, in this Game Week in particular. But again, it really depends if you want to do that too. In Game Week 17, yeah, by this time probably you are going to sell Njay and all these players. Your team looks great again for Game Week 17. So probably I think that I would use the free hit in Game Week 16 if I were you, but again, it really depends. What's poppin', Dennis? Thanks a lot for joining. Biplov, Tapa, really appreciated. Good to see you here again. Yeah, I'm pretty much set up for this gaming, Biplov. So we have a lot of time to talk about other things. Now, since we're here on the Fantasy Football Hub app, let me just show you my team. Maybe I can help you a little bit. If you're going to see my team, if you don't know exactly when to free it, there isn't a right or wrong. I would say now for me, because I bought players from Crystal Palace, I bought Minte, I bought I don't know, some Man City players. I'm going to use my free in Game Week 16 because it makes a lot of sense for me. Uh, as you can see here, in Game Week 16, my starting 11 would be Munoz and Mateta against Man City at home. Alderete or yeah, let's say Rodon against Brentford away, Njay against Chelsea away, Van Dijk against Brighton at home, and yeah, also I have Foden here. So Foden, Haaland against Crystal Palace away. Yeah, the only players I'm happy and I would have also probably on a free hit are Raya and Thiago. Other than that, I think that I could really use using the free hit in Game Week 16. Dubravka, Minte against Liverpool, Lacroix against Man City, Alderete against Newcastle at home. So my team overall in Game Week 16, it's not looking great. So that's why I'm going to use my free hit this Game Week. In Game Week 17, I'm going to have 5 free transfers. And then I'm going to deal with Njae here. Um, I'm going to have back triple Crystal Palace against Leeds away, which is decent. I'm going to have Foden and Haaland against West Ham at home, Thiago against Wolverhampton away, Minte against Sunderland at home. So it really works well with me fitting in Game Week 16, my team. That's the thing. And here again, in Game Week 17, I need to decide what I'm going to do. If I want to go for someone like Saka, if I want to go for an Arsenal defender, and then if I want to sell Virgil van Dijk or Rodon to do that, or Alderete, and also sell Njay probably to another player. So yeah, these are my dilemmas, but I'm going to think about that when we approach Game Week 17. It's too early to think about that, I think, at the moment. Um, So yeah, I don't know which player you're talking about, who players who are benching Foden, but if you have Foden, probably I would advise you to just play him. I think that he's a good option. Hi, hi Dennis, how are you? Hi Emery fam, thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here. Won't I waste a free hit if I free it in Game Week 17? I mean, it's not a waste, but yeah, it depends. Maybe you're thinking about free hitting in Game Week 15 to try to, I don't know, have three players from Newcastle, three players from Man City, but you already have three players from Man City, so I would, I don't know. Creating in Game Week 15, you're still going to have 3 players from Manchester City. You're just going to add more from Newcastle, maybe from Brighton. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if waste is the right word. I would try to use the frit when your team is looking the worst pretty much, and try to see how your actual team in Game Week 15 plus if you're going to frit in Game Week 16 are going to compare to if you're going to use your frit in Game Week 15 and your normal team in Game Week 16. If fritting in Game Week 15 you think is going to get you more points um, in this combination, then yeah, just use your frit in 15. But again, it's I don't know, it's a fixture after a lot of teams played in 3 days, a lot of games. We could see some rotation also in Game Week 15, maybe. But again, hi Dennis, how are you? I'm really good. Thanks a lot for joining. Emery, start Voldemort or Palmer. I would try to find a way to start both. If you, I don't know, if you want to start just one of them, I think that I would start Voldemort because of the safety and because he has a better fixture. One free transfer, Semenyo to Minte, a sensible move. I like that. Again, I sold Semenyo to Foden, so yeah, if you want to go for Foden, that's perfectly fine. But Minte is good. He's good, especially for this gaming against West Ham at home. He's a good option. But take into consideration that he's going to play against Liverpool and against Arsenal after that. I'm going to use my free when he's going to play against Liverpool, so I don't really mind it. But yeah, if you can bench him maybe against Arsenal, that's okay. Now, playing Mint against Liverpool probably doesn't sound that bad at the moment, considering how bad Liverpool are. So, yeah, I like the transfer. Should I sell Nje or Senesi? Who to buy? Uh, I think that Nje, if you don't free it in Game Week 15, I think that Nje is an okay pick. And as you can see from my screen, I'm going to keep Nje for this fixture against Nottingham Forest. It's at home. He's on penalties. Yeah, he was disappointing in the last few game weeks. I can't lie about that, but hopefully he's going to do something. This is going to be the last game week for Nje, probably in my team. So I think that I would keep Nje for this fixture. Now, if you wanna play Senesi, if you really need Senesi to play in Game Week 17, I think when he's going to play against Burnley, then just keep him because Njae, after this game week, he's a sell anyway, and he's going to go to AFCON after that. So yeah, if you need a defender, uh, personally, I think that I would sell first Senesi just because I want to keep Njae one more game week against Nottingham Forest at home, but this is just what I'm going to do. As you can see, I sold Senesi last game week before Ofunjae. I sold Semenyo before Ofunjae, so yeah. And to buy, again, players to buy, Chow from Newcastle. A lot of defenders from Newcastle are interesting at the moment. Lewis Hall, Burn, Chow. Again, could one of them be rotated in Game Week 15? Yeah, probably. So I would buy probably a Newcastle defender or even someone like O'Reilly, but you have O'Reilly already in your team. So yeah, Vandenberg if you need the cash, Van Heck from Brighton if you need the cash. There are a lot of good cheap alternatives. So yeah, that's where I would go probably. If you free it in Game Week 16, it makes a lot of sense to buy a defender from Brighton, probably, or from Manchester City, but you have already 3 players from Manchester City, so yeah. Um, do you think Palmer? Do you think Gordon starts? And if so, how many minutes maybe? Omar, sure, sorry for not answering your question. Thanks a lot again for joining the stream. I think that Gordon is going to start, yes, and I can see, I don't know, 70, 75 minutes for Gordon, but I'm pretty sure he's going to start. This is just my opinion, so yeah, I think that on a free he's a great pick, Anthony Gordon. Uh, do you think Palmer will start after 2 games? he played 30 minutes against Leeds, so I can see Palmer starting, but I'm just not sure about the minutes. So again, if guys you're asking me about buying Palmer, I think that it is a little bit too early yet, but if you want to go there super different, I don't mind it, but I'm just not sure about the minutes. I don't even know if Palmer is going to start this gaming, so I think it is a little bit too early. Whoa, a fellow Palmer owner. Yeah. Hi Chongal Tempa, thanks a lot for joining. Triple captain on Haaland or Bruno? Surely that's not the question, right? After everything that happened in Gaming 15, if you want to use your triple captain, just captain Haaland. Don't overthink it. Yes, he could blank, but again, it's football. So with Bruno Fernandes, no, there isn't a world where I would be thinking about triple captaining Bruno Fernandes instead of Erling Haaland, but that's just me again. So if you want to play it fine, if you want to play it super different, yeah, go triple captain Bruno. He's a decent pick, but I think that Erling Haaland is the best captaincy option for Gaming 15, and we should just not overthink it. It's boring. Everyone is going to captain Haaland. I know that it's boring. You're not going to get anything from captaining him, but he's still the best captaincy option against Sunderland. So, yeah. Hi, Harlotsville. Thanks a lot for joining. Biplov, don't think Foden is going to start this game week considering Champions League match with Real Madrid. Again, I have the same doubts. So I agree with you. I have the same doubts. Man City are going to play against Real Madrid in the Champions League. So, yeah, Foden could be rested, I guess, in Gaming 15, but I wanted Foden long term and I didn't really like the other options for me. So yeah, I sold Semenyo to Foden to not lose too many value because Semenyo dropped Foden. I think that he rose in price 2 times already in the last 2 days, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm really happy overall. I had Foden and I'm going to, if he's not going to play against Sunderland, so be it. I'm going to have him ready in Gaming 17 against West Ham at home. Hi, Carlos Vara, thanks for joining. Voldemort captain as a differential. I just don't think that. Again, I've never thought a second about captaining another player other than Erling Haaland this gaming, and I just don't think that it's worth it to go different for the sake of it. We saw last gaming what happened. A lot of people captain Bruno Fernandes and Erling Haaland just smashed it, and Bruno Fernandes was again he hit the post, so I guess Bruno Fernandes was also a decent pick, but Erling Haaland at the moment playing at home against Sunderland, the newly promoted side, although Sunderland looked good, really good this season. I wouldn't overthink it, but that's just me. If you want to go for a differential captain, yeah, Voldemort is a nice option. He's playing against Burnley, so yeah, he has the best fixture. Uh, Mr. Gika, we're going to look at your team in a minute, just a second. Make sure to remind me if I'm going to forget, but I really want to answer all the other questions before. Should I buy Chow and free it in Gaming 16? I mean, Chow is I think that Chow has a decent fixture in Gaming 16 also, so that's why he's Sunderland away. The thing with Chow is from Gaming 17 he's going to play against Chelsea, and Gaming 18 Man United, and Burnley in Gaming 19, which is okay. So again, other than the fixture against Burnley in Gaming 15 and the fixture against Sunderland in Gaming 16, which is decent, I think still the fixtures are just not great for Chow. So yeah, I'm not sure if I would buy Chow just to free him out against Sunderland in Gaming 16. That's what I'm trying to say. Radu, would you free this game week or another week? Patrick Sarfield, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. Now, would you free this game week or another week? I'm going to use my free in game week 16, but it's really team dependent. I can't really tell. I can't really tell you when to use your free because I don't know your team. I don't know how good it looks on paper. I think that this is a good week to use the Freight Gaming 15 because you're going to stack up with Man City players, Newcastle players, Brighton players, maybe some Liverpool players there. But it really depends on your team. I would say, Patrick. Um, Bench one, Frank Golding. Also, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Virgil van Dijk, Van de Ven, Richards, Thiaw. Uh, yeah, I would play Chow, I think. Bench one, Van de Ven against Brentford. I think that I would play him. And between Richards and Virgil van Dijk, yeah, I think that I would play Virgil van Dijk again. Both of them are going to play against Fulham. 2 fixtures away. Fulham away, Leeds away. I think that the fixture is slightly better for Liverpool. Maybe I don't necessarily think that any one of them is going to get a clean sheet. The chances are not super high. But again, with Virgil van Dijk, you have something more than with Richards. He has attacking threat, actual attacking threat. Virgil van Dijk with Richards, pretty much you're relying on a clean sheet and defensive contributions, and that's all. So yeah, I would bench probably Richards from that list. Frank Golding, bench one, Semenyo, Enzo, Njae. I think that I would bench Enzo probably, or even sell him. Um Probably will get injured again, Palmer. Yeah, who knows? I don't think that they're going to rush Palmer anyway. As Pep said, if Foden is playing well, the biggest mistake will be to rest him. Yeah, I mean, again, we're going to see real soon if Foden is going to start or not. We know that at some points in at some point Foden is getting into those purple patches where he's playing all the games. He's young, obviously he can play the minutes. He's going to be rested probably in the cup when Man City are going to play in the cup after that Real Madrid game. Yeah, again, it's still a Man City player. I'm still going to check the lineups every day to see if Foden is going to start. I'm never going to be 100% sure about him starting, but yeah, I think that he's going to start personally. Uh, in a minute, MD Sakil Bahasan, we're going to check your team, don't worry. But first, we're going to do that for Mr. Gika and then for you. No Caicedo in Chelsea was shocking, so surely he starts in the 10. Yeah, but Chelsea being shocking was also related to missing Caicedo, I think, a little bit. Uh, yeah, you're going to see. Any information on Rice? I think that he should be fine, but again, this is just my opinion. Other than that, we don't know. Arteta didn't say too much about Rice. We're going to see. Maybe we're going to get some leaks. Arsenal are the first kickoff game, I think. Hi Dennis, hi Eliker FC. If there's one team that you'd pick for a clean sheet, who would it be? I've got Poro, who I can't trust, and I've burned. I have burned as well. A team to Newcastle easily. If I need to pick one team who I think are going to keep a clean sheet this week, is going to be Newcastle against Burnley. Just as I did for Crystal Palace last gaming when I bought Lacroix in against Burnley. I would not transfer him out on Freed. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Now, the fixtures long term for Chow are not amazing, Radu, as I said before, but short term and after those tough fixtures, they're going to play again against Burnley. So, yeah, I like him as a decent option. Now, he's not amazing for defensive contributions like someone like Anderson, like someone like Richards, Lacroix, but he's decent. He's decent, and Newcastle are a good defense. Hey, Dennis, how you've been? Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciated. Uh, who do you recommend for a 1 week punt? Yeah, interesting questions. For a 1 week punt, depending on which position you want to play, I suppose you want to go for a midfielder, you want to go for a striker. 1 week punt, I would say Gordon, honestly. As a 1 week punt, I think that Gordon against Burnley, I think that the chances for him to start are great. Personally, I think he's going to start now. Again, his minutes maybe are not going to be 90 minutes, but I would go for Gordon, I think, on penalties against Burnley at home. Yeah, I wish I had Gordon in my team for 1 week, honestly. For City, only Haaland is 100% sure will play if he's fit. Yeah, I agree with you. Obviously, and let's say Donnarumma and Yeah, that's kind of it. Probably Rodri, when he's going to be fit, he's also going to play pretty much all the games for Man City. But yeah, at the moment, Haaland is 100% to start. If doing a -4 hit for Foden, worth it? No. Adam Hussein, thanks a lot for joining the stream. I don't think that I would take a -4 for Foden. I don't think that I would take a -4 probably for anyone if your team is decent. Because in Game Week 16, as you may know, we're going to get 5 free transfers. So I don't see a lot of reasons to take a hit just before that. Um, the Kuiper, yeah, good point, good point, good shout, Mr. Gika. The Kuiper, he played as a left winger last game. Yeah, the Kuiper against West Ham is another good shout. But I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit more sure about Gordon starting than the Kuiper starting. But again, if he's going to start, definitely he's an amazing differential. He's also on free kicks, on some set pieces, I think. So yeah, a really offensive player who's listed as a defender in FPL. So yeah, will everyone get 5 free transfers next week? Yeah. As I said before, Ibrahim Ayali. Yeah, it's just it's not just me who's going to get 5 free transfer next game week. Um, Everyone is going to have 5 free transfers next game week. And remember, use all your free transfers this game week right now before game week 15 deadline. Because if you're not going to use them, you're going to lose them. So if you have 3 free transfers right now, you're not going to have 8 in game week 16. You're still going to have 5 like everyone else. So yeah. Um, so yeah, let's sorry for the wait. Let's see, what should I change one free transfer? As I said before, I think that you should since I don't have to think too much about my team, we can rate more of your team, guys. But yeah, if you want to try it yourself, you can check Fantasy Football Hub for free. So this is your team, and you have one free transfer. You need to use one. Rogers. Uh, yeah, Rogers against Arsenal. Yeah, probably Rogers is a player. I don't know. Probably both of them are players I don't really want to have long term. Semenyo and Rogers. Also, João Pedro. I think that I would prefer to have Semenyo against Chelsea at home, Man United away, and Burnley at home than to have Rogers against Arsenal, West Ham, and Man United. I think, Mr. Gika. So for that reason, I think that I would firstly sell Rogers. Now, who to buy? You have something like 7 millions. So you could go for someone like Minte if you want. You could go for, yeah. It depends what you want to do also in the future. If you want to save up some cash, you could go for someone like Dewsbury Hall, all the way down, or you could go for someone like Minte, someone like who was it? Someone like Minte, someone like Anderson, if you want to save up some cash. But yeah, that's what I think that I would do to sell Rogers, probably. Something similar was last year, Sessegnon from Fulham. Yeah, it was a good time. I think that it was a short time also. Sessegnon played as a left winger. But yeah, it's nice in FPL when we have a defender, obviously, who's playing pretty much as a striker. Hi, bro, how are you doing? Hi, Ahil Saya, thanks a lot for joining. Real good, thanks a lot. Hopefully, you're doing the same. Start Chaloba or Richards? I think that I would start Richards. Hi Steve LFC, thanks a lot. Hey Dennis, would you do Semenyo and Jaya to Foden and Anderson for a hit? I would try to not take a hit, honestly. I would not. I would try to not make a hit before, because as I said before, we're going to get 5 free transfer next gaming. So there aren't a lot of good reasons to take a hit this gaming. Uh, so yeah, I would try to do just one. Probably sell Semenyo or Njay, whichever player you want, to a Foden, but I suppose you can't afford that. So yeah, I don't think that I would take a hit to buy Foden. Although I like Foden for the long term, and maybe he's going to rise in price a lot in the next gamings. I just don't think that I would take it. I would just do those transfer next gaming, simple as that, or just sell uh I don't know, Njay or Semenyo to Anderson and do the other one to Foden next gaming. About Minte, I was thinking too, or Merino. Yeah, again, Minte probably for this gaming is the best option, I would say, against West Ham. And also he's good at that price, I think. Minte. Merino, again, he played as a striker. He scored a lot of goals in the last few gamings. I know that, but uh, now Gyökeres is back. Is Merino going to start as a striker every gaming and play good minutes? Probably not. So I just don't think that I would go for Merino at the moment. Sorry. Great content. Mr. F. Dots, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Thanks a lot for your kind words. Really hope that you're enjoying the content. What do you think of Raul Jimenez from next week onwards? Let me just... Burnley, Nottingham Forest, West Ham. Yeah, Jimenez is going to have 3 decent fixtures here with Burnley, Forest, West Ham. But after that is Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea. So again, as a short-term pick, yeah, I don't mind it. If you want to use your 5 free transfers to go for a punt like Raul Jimenez, I don't mind him. Yeah. Uh, Sakil, we're going to look at your team. Please let me know how many free transfers do you have and what are you planning to do to have a better image of what I can recommend you to do. So here definitely I think that I would start Calafiori probably instead of Senesi. João Pedro probably instead of Anderson. And yeah, you have 1.3 million in the bank. Again, I would just do probably Semenyo to Foden. I would have done that move earlier. Um, I would have done probably that move earlier, but it's not too late to do it anyway. Uh, so yeah, from your team, I would sell probably Semenyo. If you have just one free transfer, Semenyo or Senesi. I guess that's the question. No transfer, only 0.5 minutes in the bank. In that case, I would just go with this team. I think that your team is perfectly fine for this week, and you're going to need to see what you're going to do in the future. From gaming 16 onwards, I don't think that I would take a -4. As I said before, there aren't a lot of moves I would take a -4. For an example, to give you an example, guys, if you have someone like Ismail Assar, who's definitely out and who's going to go to AFCON, and you really need him to start in your starting 11, then yeah, probably I would take a -4 to get rid of Sar, but these are pretty much the situations I would take a -4. Foden in this week. Okay, so you bought in Foden. Fair enough. Then your team is looking great. And I suppose you sold Semenyo, right? Then yeah, this is how your team is looking, and it's looking great. Similar to mine, I would say. a little bit, but yeah, you're good. Hi, Jauntus, thanks a lot for joining. Saka or Palmer for free? For free, Gaming 15. Again, Palmer is an interesting one. Definitely, if I would be 100% sure of Palmer starting, I would go for him on a free. But yeah, personally, I would go for Saka on a free rather than go for um, rather than going for Palmer, because I just think that Saka 100% is going uh, to start against Aston Villa away, and yeah, he's on penalties also, so I would go for him. Should I play Anderson or Pedro? Yeah, as I said before, I think that I would play João Pedro. Now, hopefully, he's going to start. Hopefully, he's going to start. If you have some doubts around João Pedro, then yeah, just start Anderson. But yeah, in most cases I would just try to play the striker. Um, Saka or Merino, Shahrur Anwar. Again, they are pretty different kind of FPL players, Saka and Merino. I think that with Merino, as I said before, Gyökeres is back now. So is Merino going to play as a striker 90 minutes every gaming from now on? No, I don't think. At least I don't think that Merino is going to play as a striker, and his minutes could be reduced. He could be on the bench some points. I know that he scored a lot of goals in the recent weeks, but that's also because Gyökeres was injured and he wasn't playing. Gyökeres is back. Havertz is going to be back soon. So I would just go for Saka. If you're asking me between Saka and Merino, I think that Saka is a better FPL option, but obviously he's much more expensive. Thanks a lot, guys, for 16 likes. If you enjoy this content, this live stream, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It would be really helpful, and I really appreciate it. Hi, Chippy Chips. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Start 2 out of O'Reilly, Calafiori, Richards, Mateta. That's tough. Again, if you're not selling Mateta this week, I would start him. Definitely. And then start 2 out of O'Reilly, Calafiori, Richards. That's tough. That's tough. If you know that, if you think that O'Reilly is going to start, if you're sure that O'Reilly is going to start, just start O'Reilly and yeah, bench Calafiori and Richards. If not, I would start probably Calafiori and Mateta. If you have some doubts around O'Reilly, probably Calafiori and Mateta. Should I do Mateta for Raul Jimenez next week and then Chaka to Foden? If you don't have Thiago, Ahil Sayed, then yeah, you could go for someone like Raul Jimenez. But if you don't have Igor Thiago from Brentford, I much more would like to just sell Mateta to Thiago for you next gaming. And then Chaka to Foden. Yeah, looks good. Those moves looks good, Ahil Sayed. Now, yeah, thank you for your suggestions. Thanks a lot, MD Sakil Hassan. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, by the way, and thanks a lot for your patience. Thanks for the suggestion. Thanks a lot, Chippy Chips too, for joining the stream. Really appreciated. The Spirographer, Chow or Timber for this gaming, or who to play? I would be tempted to play Chow. Again, could we see him being rotated this gaming? Maybe, but I would try to start Chow against Burnley, and if he's not going to start, then yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, if he's not going to start, he's not going to play any minutes at all. The Spirographer, Baluti, thanks a lot for joining. Hi, what do you think? Who put on bench? Who to put on the bench? Gakpo, Mateta, or Bruno Guimaraes? I would try to start all those three players, honestly. Baluti, MK. If you're forced to bench one, I think that I would bench Gakpo, but again, it doesn't feel great, and just play Mateta and Bruno Guimaraes because of the fixtures, because Mateta is on penalties. So yeah, I do have Thiago and Haaland as my two attackers. Okay, fair enough then, Ahil Sayed. Just stuck in the three striker as a replacement for Mateta. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm also going to think what I'm going to do from Game Week 17 onwards with Mateta. Uh, I'm going to think also to just downgrade Mateta to someone like Guyu all the way down and upgrade my midfield maybe or my defense. So you're not forced to go with three strikers, obviously. But yeah. Raul Jimenez is, I think that he's good for the short term, but at some point you're going to need to sell Raul Jimenez too because the fixtures are going to be not so good, and also probably Muniz is going to be back at some point, right, in the future. So yeah, another guy asked me to review his team, but I'm not sure. Please let me know if you're still here in the chat. I'm trying to find the message. Yeah, Biplov Tapa, of course. How could I forgot you? So you're using the Frit in 16 and bench boost 17. Uh, please let me know if you're still here, so we can review your team. I'm always here. All right. So you're Friting. Yeah, your team looks good. Your team looks good this gaming. I'm not sure if you sold Semenyo to Foden or did anything else. But probably this is how I would play it if you didn't do any transfers. Um, Hi El Xic, start 2, Enzo, Soboslai, Mateta, Thiago, Eze, just 2. I mean, I would try to find a way to start more out of those 5 options. Let's say I would bench Enzo Fernandez. Okay. Let's say I would bench also Soboslai and then start 2 between Mateta, Thiago, Eze. I think that for what's worth, I think that Eze is going to start. But Thiago also on penalties. I would start Mateta. If you still have him and if you're not going to sell Mateta, I think that you need to start him. But between Thiago and Eze, yeah, I think that I would start Thiago just because he's on penalty. So I would start probably Mateta and Thiago from those 5. But I also like Eze for this game week. I think that he's going to start. And if you have Eze into your team, at some point you need to get rid of him, I think, because his minutes are not going to be amazing going forwards. Now, I think that he's going to start against Aston Villa in game week 15 because he was on the bench last game week. So that's it. But with Odegaard back, his minutes are not going to be great. He's going to be benched in some game weeks in the future. So at some point you need to sell him. But if you have him for this game week, when you know he's going to start 100%, again, anyway, if you need me to just start 2, I would start Mateta and Thiago, 2 penalty takers. But I would try also to find a way at least to start as a Alexic. And for Biplov, for Biplov Tapa, thinking about bench 17. Now you're going to have a lot of free transfers in game week 17. I mean 5. So you're going to deal with Njae. You're going to have Semenyo, Senesi against Burnley. So a really good strategy coming from you there, mate, because you're going to keep the Bournemouth players. Rodon, Crystal Palace at home, decent. Van Dijk, Tottenham away. Dubravka, yeah, it is a good bench boost. I think now, depending on which players are you going to move, also probably selling Njae. Hi J Pitts, thanks a lot for joining. Would you play Thiago over Mateta? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so because again, if you want to sell Mateta because you don't want to have him long term, that's perfectly fine and sell him to Thiago. But I don't think that Thiago is a better pick than Mateta this week. If both of them are going to start, both of them are on penalties. I just like a little bit more. I think that the fixture for Crystal Palace is a little bit better. Crystal Palace, I think that they are a better team than Brentford. So for that reason, I think that I would play Mateta, but it's a tough question because Brentford are getting penalties every game week, and Thiago is scoring a lot of goals. But yeah, I think that I would still play Mateta over Thiago if you have both of them. I would try to find a way for what's worth to play both of them, but yeah, maybe that's not possible. So hi Patrick, Steinleton, thanks a lot for joining. Captain Welbeck, again, it really depends what you're asking because if you ask me which is the best captaincy, which I think is the best captaincy option for this week, I'm just going to say to you Haaland is the best one, and the risk of going against Erling Haaland is just huge. So if you're okay taking that risk, if you're okay your rank, because for an example, if let's say Haaland is going to score 2 goals, if that's going to happen and you're not going to captain him, you're going to drop a lot. You're going to have probably a red arrow just because of that decision alone. So if you're okay with that, then yeah, you can go for a differential captain. Uh, okay, so I think that Erling Haaland is the best captaincy option this week. Let's talk a little bit about other options. If I would not be captaining Haaland, I would go for Bruno Fernandes probably. I would go for Anthony Gordon, Voltemad, Welbeck. Probably these are the players I would go for. Even someone like Foden if you think that is going to start. But yeah. So I don't mind it. If you wanna go super different to Captain Welbeck, it's not the end of the world, but I am going to be honest, I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't do that. He's playing at home, he's playing against Sunderland, a decent fixture, right? Still. So yeah, I don't see the reason to go against Haaland other than going for fun. Um, Thank you, bro. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for joining the stream again, for uh, engaging with the stream, right? People of Tapa, it really means a lot. I really appreciate it. Um, and yeah, good luck to you with your strategy. Must be really nice for you to have the bench boost, to have all those chips remaining. Triple captain left, when to use. Gaming 17, easy as that. Yeah, okay, if you want to use the triple captaincy this gaming, it's okay too, but I think that the best window to use it is gaming 17 on Erling Haaland. Now hopefully he's going to be fit, he's not going to get hopefully he's not going to get an injury until that, but that's the best week to use the triple captaincy on paper at least, because West Ham I think that are a weaker team than Sunderland, and I think that most of us agree with that. So yeah, gaming 17. That's when I would be using my triple captain if I still had it. So yeah. Yo Dennis, hi Toj, thanks a lot for joining. I'm on a free. Do I go for Pedro Neto, Saka or Cunha? I wouldn't go for Cunha on a free because I think that there's a good chance of him being benched. Um, Pedro Neto, Saka. So you need to go just with one. Honestly, I think that I would go for Pedro Neto because he was benched against Leeds. He came in, he got a goal. I think that there's a good chance Pedro Neto is going to start. So yeah, from those three, Toj, I would go for Pedro Neto on a free. Kian Bedal, thanks a lot for joining on a free. Gakpo, Foden, Doku, Bruno Guimaraes, Bruno Fernandes, Haaland, Voltemart. A really nice free. Honestly, I think that this is a really interesting free you got there. Pickford, Tarkovsky, Van Heck, Chow. All decent options. No, I'm not sure if I would be doubling up on Everton defense, but you have three players from Manchester City, three attackers from Manchester City. I'm not sure if both of Doku and Foden are going to start, honestly, in Game Week 15, but I assume you want to take a risk. Bruno Guimaraes, Bruno Fernandes is nice. Gakpo is nice. Uh, and Haaland, Voltemad, yeah, bench. Kinski, Welbeck, Van de Ven, Gay, 1.3 in the bank. Any changes? Gut feeling, Gakpo holes. Yeah, fair enough, Kian Bedal. Any changes? Again, maybe I don't know. You could go for someone like Munoz if you think that he is okay against Fulham away. If you have some money to spend instead of, I don't know, instead of going for Tarkovsky, instead of doubling up on Everton defense, maybe. But again, I don't mind it if you want to go for double Everton defense. I really like your free draft. Honestly, it is a really interesting one. Uh, I'm just not sure about Doku and Foden if both of them are going to start, but yeah. Hi Ayub Medeb, thanks a lot for joining the stream. I have one free transfer, either play it or it will be lost. Mateta to Voltemart, Semenyo to Foden. Semenyo to Foden, I think. I think that Semenyo to Foden makes more sense, but you could go either way. You could sell Mateta to Thiago, Mateta to Voltemart. You need to use one free transfer, that's for sure. Um, Hi Dennis, who would you bench, Semenyo or Dewsbury Hall? I think that still at the end of the day I would bench Dewsbury Hall uh, if I had this benching dilemma because they have a lot of injuries or suspensions. I think Everton and Dewsbury Hall is going to play a more defensive role. I think. And that's okay. If you're forced to play him, that's perfectly fine. But I would still go for Semenyo. Leeds scored 3 goals against Chelsea, and yeah, Bournemouth could do some trouble against Chelsea, I would say. So yeah, I would play Semenyo Nix. Luca Luca de Gabriel, bench Anderson from Forest or Njae for Thiago. Spurs are terrible at home. The thing is, I would play Njae and Thiago and bench Anderson if that's your question, because that's also how that's also what I'm doing. If you see on my screen, I'm playing Njae, I'm playing Thiago over Anderson from Forest. So yeah. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Nix. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate you jumping in on the stream. Really good to see you here again. Um, Kinan Kitas. I have one free transfer, but only way to get Foden is take -4. Then I probably wouldn't do it. I have Dubravka in goal. Should I make one transfer on my keeper or Mateta to Thiago and Semenyo to Foden, or just do Semenyo to Doku? I wouldn't do. I don't think that I would do Semenyo to Doku, honestly. So probably, I guess you have Pope, right? So probably I would just sell Pope then and buy a goalkeeper. Verbruggen, Sanchez. Even someone like Kelleher could be an option, but I would try to not take a -4 before game week 16. Yeah, I was thinking Munoz over Tarkovsky, to be honest. Thank you. No problem, Kian Bedal. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, for asking questions. Really appreciated. So again, with Munoz, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Crystal Palace are going to keep a clean sheet against Fulham. I think that Everton have a better chance of keeping a clean sheet, but with Munoz, at least you have that attacking potential, I would say. Yo, Dennis, hi, Aaron Jr. Thanks a lot again for joining the stream. And Spidey also, thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. How are you, mate? 21 likes. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, guys, for engaging in this stream. Really appreciate it. Any updates on the lineups? Yeah, we're going to move a little bit to Twitter, to or X, I should say. How are you doing? Really fine, really fine. I've done Semenyo to Foden. I'm pretty much locked in for this gaming, Spidey. Thanks a lot for asking. Hopefully you're doing well as well. And thanks for joining. What have I seen? Come on. Let's see if there are any news. We still have 1 hour left till the deadline, so maybe we're going to get some leaks for Arsenal. Maybe we're going to get some leaks from Man City. So just wait on the stream to see if that's going to happen. But yeah, don't have too big hopes, because this season we're not getting a lot of leaks. So yeah, what I wanna see also. Uh, 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 Norway versus France in the World Cup gonna be fire. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, I didn't. I saw some group stages, but I didn't saw all of them. Thoughts on the wild card, the World Cup draw? Yeah, honestly, didn't. Let's take a look at the draw, right? If anyone is interested, real quick, 2 minutes. We're going to do that. Um, yeah, okay. So this is the draw. I just saw a thing. If Portugal and Argentina are going to get to the quarterfinals, there's a good chance they're going to play each other. So Messi against Ronaldo would be interesting. Yeah. So this is the draw. Brazil against Scotland is going to be a really interesting game to watch, I think. Yeah, not a lot of tough groups, I think here. Belgium versus Egypt. Spain and Uruguay, okay, maybe this is a little bit of a stronger group. Also this group, Group I, France, Senegal, and Norway. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting group, I think. And also England, Croatia, and Ghana. But yeah, pretty much that's it. So Ronaldo or Messi, Messi 100%. Now it really depends what the question about, but Messi all the way. Um, Yo, what do you think about Gakpo? I transferred him in last game week, but got substitute. Is it resting or his performance issue? I think that a little bit of both. Also, Mohamed Salah was on the bench in that game week, so Arne Slot has some attacking options on the bench, and he can do things like this. Just sub off Gakpo and brought in Mohamed Salah, play Wirtz on the left. They could do a lot of things. Personally, I think that Gakpo is going to start today because we don't really have a lot of options on that left wing, honestly. So maybe a little bit of both, but Gakpo was decent in the last gimmick. He's a little bit annoying to watch. Also as a Liverpool fan, because at some point he's just too slow in play, I think, and he doesn't have a lot of competition. So again, if you have Gakpo, definitely I would just play him anyway. Hey Denis, hi Danny Dimitrov, thanks again for joining the stream, really appreciate it. How are you also? So I want to look a little bit about on these projections for Gaming 15. It doesn't matter if you're on a free or not. Maybe this is going to help you a little bit. So projected goals and clean sheet odds. Again, as I said before, on a free, 3 players from Newcastle, 3 players from Man City. These teams are ready to score the most goals. Also Brighton there with 2.05 predicted goals in this fixture. In terms of clean sheets, as I said before, if I was picking a team who I think is going to keep a clean sheet in Gaming 15, was going to be Newcastle. 46% chance of a clean sheet. Man City also with a really big chance here, 43%. Arsenal, of course. Definitely, I don't think that this is the week to be really happy about having 2 or 3 Arsenal defenders. I can see easily Aston Villa scoring against Arsenal, but they are still the best defense in the Premier League. So would I be surprised if Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet against Aston Villa away? No, definitely not. Everton, 35% chance. Liverpool, 33. Fulham, Crystal Palace. Again, a lot of people probably are debating starting one of Anderson from Fulham and Richards from Crystal Palace, and the odds honestly are really close. If you really, probably I would start Anderson if I had him over Richards, but as you can see, I have double Crystal Palace defender, so yeah, I'm going to hope for a 0-0 in this game, Fulham Crystal Palace. Yeah, he's slow but looks involved in every chance. Yeah, Gakpo is really involved in the play style of Liverpool. He's involved in a lot of actions, but at some point he's just not taking his chances. When, there are a lot of moments when he can just shoot and score a goal when he's doing a pass and vice versa. So yeah. Hi Denis. Hi Florine. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're doing fine. Thanks again for joining. I'm okay. I have a little benching headache. I will send my team to Twitter. Yeah, fair enough. Send your team to Twitter to take a look at it. Hello again, Dennis. Hi, Auto Aim Spammer. You came back. How many of the 5 free transfers are you going to use next week? Good question. Good question. I mean, the next week I'm not going to use any because I'm going to use my free. So, yeah. If we move, is this my team? Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah, this is my team. So this is my team for Gaming 15. In Gaming 16, as I talked before in my other videos and in my other streams, I'm going to use my free. And then that means I'm going to have 5 free transfers in Gaming 17. So this is how my team would look like. Now here, honestly, I'm not sure what I'm going to do in Gaming 17. Now, what I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell Njae, probably, because he's going to go to AFCON anyway, and the fixtures are not good. So I'm going to sell Njae, but the question is what I'm going to, which player I'm going to buy, right? I need to decide if I want to go for Saka, or if not, if I want to sell Mateta, if I want to sell Virgil van Dijk. Probably I'm not going to sell Van Dijk because after Game Week 17, Liverpool are going to have back-to-back home game weeks against Wolverhampton and against Leeds, and probably I'm just going to sell Van Dijk after that. And in that case, yeah, going for someone like Cunha, I could even go for someone like Semenyo who's going to play against Burnley, but I'm not sure if I want to go that route again. And after Burnley, it's Brentford, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to sell Njaya probably. So I would say I would use out of those 5 free transfers in Gaming 17, one or maximum two. If not, if any injuries are not going to occur, that's my strategy at the moment. Uh, you must miss Luis Diaz. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Again, I even miss someone like Darwin Núñez, but again, Liverpool are going to get better at some point. If that's going to be this season, if that's going to be next season, we need to see. With Luis Diaz, definitely it would have been much better to have another option to play on the left wing. But to be honest with you, Liverpool bought in Florian Wirtz, who at the moment doesn't really justifies the money. But I think that in the last two game weeks he looked a little bit better. So for an example, Luis Diaz, uh, this is just in general out of FPL topics. Luis Diaz gone to Bayern Munich to play in the Bundesliga, and he's mashing it there. And he was, let's say, he was not one of the best. I mean, he was not one of the best players in the Premier League, right? He was not Mohamed Salah, he was not Erling Haaland, and he's mashing it in the Bundesliga. He's pretty much playing for fun there. And Florian Wirtz, who was, I think, the best player in the Bundesliga, came into Liverpool and he's not adapted yet. So you can see the differences here in both leagues. Now, would Luis Diaz score the same amount of goals for Liverpool as he's doing for Bayern? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, I miss Luis Diaz for what's worth. Um, Hello, Dennis. Hi, Asfar Gofaro. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. How are you? I'm doing really fine. Thanks for asking. It's worth it to sell Njay or Semenyo for Merino. It's worth selling Njay and Semenyo, I think. Probably Semenyo this game week, but I don't think that I would sell them for Merino. Honestly, I talked a little bit about Merino this in this stream. Some people asked me, Gyökeres is back, Havertz is going to be back. Is Merino going to start and play as a number 9, 90 minutes every game week for Arsenal? I just can't see it honestly. So I I just wouldn't go for Merino. If you wanna go for another midfielder, then fair enough. But Merino for me it is just too much of a risk of rotation. He was good in the last 2-3 game weeks. He scored some goals, but his minutes are not going to be the same with Gyökeres being back, with Havertz being back. So yeah. Now projected FPL points for game week 15. Here, if you have some questions, if you're not sure who to captain, if you're not sure who to bench, this projection should be pretty clear. Haaland on the first place comfortably, um, 7.4 predicted points for this game week. Bruno Fernandes in second in some distance, right? 5.8. Let me just check if there are other news. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Simon Lee. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for joining the stream again. Hopefully you're doing fine. So yeah, as I said, guys, Haaland, Bruno Fernandes, Voltemad, Foden, Belmo Gordon, Welbeck, Minte, pretty decent here on top 11. Chow, Burn, yeah, these are pretty much. Cunha, it's interesting because now obviously this is if Cunha is going to start. There are some chances I think Cunha's minutes are not going to be that good in gaming 15, but we need to see what's going to happen. So yeah, Enjoy also on this list. Hi, Chad Scott. Thanks a lot for joining. 4 free transfers, 0.2 in the bank, probably going João Pedro through Krupi and Ekitike to Isak. My other transfer thoughts. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Alexander Isak is an interesting one, and he could be great for. So this is your ID. Secondly, don't want to burn a transfer, so have to make one today. Don't know what to make. Maybe you can help me. Yeah, for sure. Just tell me your team on Twitter. Tell me which players you want to sell. And yeah, Dani Dimitrov. In a second, we're going to take a look also at your team. Let me just see here. For Chad Scott, I think that I will start the Kuiper for what's worth here. Ekitike again. Are you sure you want to sell Ekitike to Isak? I mean, I could easily see Ekitike starting this gaming and Alexander Isak being on the bench. So I'm not really sure if I would do that. But again, if you have four free transfers, so you need to make some. João Pedro to Krupi, Ekitike to Isak. Any other transfer thoughts? Yeah, you need to use all of them, all of your free transfers. I would probably sell Semenyo to someone like Foden, Senesi to, I don't know, it really depends. Van Heck, Munoz, which player you want to buy. Probably I would sell, I don't know, your goalkeeper maybe, Kelleher to Verbruggen, something like that. Uh, Enzo Fernandez is another player I would like to sell. So yeah, you have a lot of problems into your team. I would say Chad Scott. Uh, João Pedro through Krupi. I'm not sure if this move is required this gaming. Honestly, I think that I would rather sell Semenyo, uh, Enzo, Kelleher, and Senesi from your team, or even someone like Ryan. This probably I would sell him. So yeah, thanks for your help. No problem, Chat Scott. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciated to see you here. Sent in Xmate. Yeah, we're going to move to your team, guys. Wirtz was so fire against West Ham. Little 1-2s create good chances at number 10, but Gakpo doesn't combine well with him. Always cuts in and shoot. If goes wider, then crosses with the left foot. Yeah, yeah. Gakpo is a little bit predictable, I would say. That's why probably Liverpool are also interested in buying someone like Semenyo in the winter. Hi, David Nekovar. I just have a small question. What's the point of playing FPL and always giving the same captain 90% of the time? Thanks a lot. I mean, again, I'm not sure if you're talking about me or not, but if we move to uh, my team, last gaming, fair enough. In gaming 14, I captain Haaland. In gaming 13, I triple captain Haaland against Leeds when he blanked. But before that, my captain was Mateta. And in gaming 12 and in gaming 11, also my captain was Mateta. So yeah, I'm not always captaining Haaland. But again, you need the question why we play FPL is pretty good because a lot of the time things are not working out in our way. But when it's working out, I feel like it's a fun game. Now, we're you don't need to captain Erling Haaland every game. Nobody forces you to do that. But at the state of the game we're in, for an example, in Game Week 15, Haaland is playing against Sunderland at home. So there is really no reason to not captain Erling Haaland, even if he wasn't in his form of his life. It's a good fixture at home. It's Manchester City. Haaland on penalties, number 9. I just don't see any reason to not captain Haaland. Against Crystal Palace in Game Week 16, I'm going to use my free and maybe I'm going to go even without Erling Haaland into my team. Fair enough. bear in mind captaining him. I'm probably going to go without Erling Haaland in my starting 11 next gaming. So wish me luck. I'm not sure if actually I'm going to do that, but that's the plan. So yeah, you need to go. You need to know pretty much when you want to go against Haaland. Uh, and yeah, I agree with you. At some point, may be boring for because everyone is captaining Haaland, and if you're going to captain other player, you're going to be burned out if that's not if Haaland is going to score. So yeah, who to start, Senesi or O'Reilly? I would start O'Reilly, I think, because Senesi, even if Senesi is going to start, it's not a great fixture against Chelsea. I would take the risk on O'Reilly, I think. Foden in for Mbeumo or Chow. I would definitely not sell Mbeumo this gaming, definitely not. Um, or Chow O'Reilly in for Senesi. So yeah, Zetlin, thanks a lot for joining the stream. By the way, I would sell Senesi for whichever player you want. I mean, both of them are good, Chow or O'Reilly. I think that O'Reilly, especially with AFCON, he's going to have good minutes when Emery is going to go to AFCON. I think that long term O'Reilly is better than Chow. I'm just not 100% sure he's going to start this gaming, but long term, I think that I would prefer to sell Senesi to O'Reilly. Okay, guys, now let's move to see the teams you send me. Thank you very much. You're doing good. I like your stream. Thanks a lot, David Nekovar. It really means a lot to me. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. It is a pleasure. And yeah, the question why we play FPL, it is a really good question, but I honestly don't really have a lot of answers for that. Maybe just because we like football. And yeah, I like anything football related. So yeah, let's move to see your teams. 39 minutes till the deadline. I've got some messages here. So let's see who was first. 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay, let's start with Dani Dimitrov. That's my team. I don't know if I should bench Mateta. What do you think? Bruno Guimaraes and Fernandes are must starts. Haaland and Welbeck too. Minted has to start, and Arsenal players too. I just don't see a place for Mateta. Okay, you made me curious now. I mean, Welbeck, Haaland, Bruno Fernandes, Minte, Bruno Guimaraes for sure. Yeah. The only thing is, if you have some doubts about Rice, let's see if we're going to get a leak about Arsenal lineup. You could the only way to play Mateta here is to play him instead of Rice, and probably I would do it honestly anyway. But again, that's just me. Hopefully the minutes are going to be good for Mateta. But he's a player on penalties, a striker. I would play him over Rice, I think. Definitely with a better fixture anyway, so yeah. Thank you, bro. Thanks a lot, Zetlin, for joining the stream. Hey, Dennis. Hi, Philippication. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the content. Thanks a lot for watching the content. It really means a lot. I don't draw Pedro to Welbeck. Nice move. Semenyo to Foden and Mateta to Voldemar for funds. Really nice transfers. Hopefully it's going to work well for you. Plan is to do Welbeck to Thiago next week. Thoughts on these moves? Yeah, Flippication. I don't really need to tell you any more advices. I really like all three of the players you bought. Welbeck, Foden, Voltemad, especially for Gaming 15, looks great. And you could even keep Welbeck, but again, if you want to go for Thiago, that's perfectly fine. You could just you've done this transfer already, so you could have done Joao Pedro to Thiago if you wanted to save a transfer. But yeah, it's really nice to have a 1 week punt on Welbeck. So yeah, really like your transfers. Good luck to you this gaming. I think that you're going to smash it. And thanks a lot for watching the content. It really means a lot. Hi, Liam Hamilton. Bench Joao Pedro or Reinders? I think that I would bench Reinders because let's say both of them, I'm not 100% sure are going to start, but with Reinders, I think that I have a little bit more doubt. I'm really happy I got rid of Reinders, so Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Flipication, for joining the stream. So I would bench Reinders, Liam Hamilton, and play João Pedro. Jamie Stravik, thanks a lot. Hi, how are you? Thanks a lot for joining the stream. I got one free transfer to use. Lacroix to to Chow, Njae to Dewsbury Hall, and start Enzo over Njae. I would just sell Enzo, I think, at that point. Or Mateta to Guyu and start Enzo over Mateta. No, I would never start Enzo over Mateta, I think. Thanks, Mateta move leaves exact money for Njae to Saka in game week 16. Now, if that's... Uh, yeah, probably I would just keep Lacroix and I would just keep Njae. If you're 100% sure you want to have Bukayo Saka for game week 16, and also he's going to play against Wolverhampton, so fair enough, probably you want to have him. Then, yeah, yeah, if that's going to uh, facilitate your move to buy Bukayo Saka, probably I would just sell Mateta to Guyu. Lacroix is perfectly fine for the future for this gaming anyway. Njai is perfectly fine for this gaming. Uh, so yeah, and you're going to sell him in gaming 16. Yeah, I would do probably Mateta to Guyu in that case. Man United FC, hi Paul, I still have my wildcard and I have a very decent team. Martinez is out, so yeah. Timber, Munoz, Reece James, and Virgil van Dijk, Semenyo, Bruno Fernandes, Mbeumo, and Soboslai, Haaland, Mateta. What would you advise? One free transfer, 0.4 minutes in the bank. Uh, I mean, I'm not sure who's your other goalkeeper. I think that Martinez probably is going to be out for this fixture. It's against Arsenal anyway, so it's not nice. Timber, Munoz, Reece James, Van Dijk. Yeah, I mean, probably you can't afford Semenyo to Foden, right? Uh, yeah, I would keep Munoz, Mbeumo. So again, even I would wildcard probably in gaming 16. So you might as well just buy a player who's good for this gaming. I think AG Manchester United FC. Uh, so yeah, selling Semenyo to Gordon if you can afford it. Probably that's what I would do as a 1 week punt and wildcard in gaming 16. If you could pick one of Virgil van Dijk or Anderson, who would you pick to play? To play this gaming, I think that I would play. I think that I would play Virgil van Dijk honestly. Elikar FC. Thanks again for checking. My team is becoming a routine to tune in for every deadline. Stream of yours. Good luck this gaming. Yeah, thanks a lot, Danny Dimitrov. Really happy that you're turning in the stream every gaming. It really means a lot. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I really try to review all the teams. For Simon Lee, this is his team, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Flipication. Choose one: Tarkovsky, Tosin, Reinders, Welbeck. One to play. Arief Friesel, thanks a lot for joining the stream. So one to play, easy. I would just start Welbeck. Not Nepo. Thoughts on Bruno Captain? Are we really going to go again that route after what happened in Gaming 14? Probably not. No. I mean, Bruno Captain is okay if you don't have Haaland. Let me just say it like that. If you have Erling Haaland, I just don't see a good reason to not captain Erling Haaland, honestly, guys. So yeah, it's okay. If you wanna go super different, go with Bruno Fernandes. Not Nepo. Is it perfect time to remove Enzo? Probably. Palmer is going to be slowly back integrated with the team, so I would say that. I mean, Bournemouth is not it's not the toughest fixture. It's not Arsenal away or something like that for Chelsea. It's Bournemouth away, but yeah, long term, I'm just not sure if you want to have Enzo Fernandez. So this is a good time to sell him if you don't have anything else to do. Okay, thank you so much, Jamie Stravic, for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Predict Madrid versus City and give some analysis. Yeah, I'm not really kind of in the mood for that. Uh, Predict City and Madrid. I mean, if Liverpool destroyed Real Madrid, I suppose that Manchester City are going to be favorites, right, against Real Madrid. But yeah, who knows? Maybe Real Madrid are going to get a little bit better uh, in this game. But I find it really funny. Liverpool destroyed Real Madrid, and they lost to any team in the Premier League pretty much. So I just find that really funny. Um, Best wishes, mate. Thanks a lot, Aditya, for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot, G. My reason is Wolves are really bad and Sunderland are pretty good. Uh, yeah, there is. Yeah, but the thing is, not Nepo. Man United are pretty bad also. That's the problem. Wolves are bad. Probably Wolves are worse, obviously, than Manchester United. But Man United themselves are playing pretty bad at the moment. If you watch the game against West Ham, they were horrible. Just imagine even Liverpool won against West Ham 2-0, and Liverpool are also really bad at the moment. So, yeah, Wolves are bad. Sunderland are pretty good. I mean, it's still Man City away for Sunderland. I'm going to be honest, they were really good this season. Not going to argue with that. Sunderland, they won against Chelsea, they drew against Liverpool away. But yeah, I would still go for Erling Haaland. Man United have the better fixture, but they are not that good themselves, so that's the problem. Now for Simon Lee, this is the team. Um, I'm not sure if you made your transfer yet. Yeah, you made it. I think you have 1 million in the bank. Cucurella, Munoz, Timber, Senesi, Goodmanson, Elliot. Yeah, you need to get rid of Elliot at some point, Simon Lee, I think, because I'm not sure why, but he's not getting any minutes for Aston Villa. I don't really understand the point of this transfer um, for Aston Villa to buy in Harvey Elliott, a really amazing player, honestly, on his day, to just not give him any minutes. Yeah, that's another topic, obviously. Minte, Foden, Mbeumo, Semenyo, Mateta, Haaland, Thiago. Yeah, really like your team. That's how I would play it. I'm not sure if you made already your transfer, but if not, yeah, sell one of. Probably you're going to keep Semenyo and Senesi, right? For bench boosting. Try to use your bench boost when Bournemouth are going to play against Burnley. Transfer not made. Okay, so transfer not made. Sorry about that. Um, if you want to use your bench boost in game week 17, Bournemouth are going to play against Burnley. So you could just keep Senesi and Semenyo for now. But then what are you going to do? You have 1 million in the bank to sell Harvey Elliott probably. Elliott is overrated. I mean, I agree. This season, Elliott was really bad, but he didn't play basically any minutes for Aston Villa. So it's really tough for me or for anyone to judge how bad is Elliott, considering he played. I don't know. I don't know even if he played 100 minutes for Aston Villa this season. Uh, so yeah, for Liverpool, Elliott was playing really good. Honestly, not too much to say about it. Elliott was a fantastic player when he was in Liverpool. Now, again, he's playing for Aston Villa, for another team. So, yeah. But when he was playing at Liverpool, although he didn't get a lot of minutes, when he played, he pretty much made some difference. So yeah, waiting for your free 16. Yeah, yeah. Let's see what's going to happen. But I'm going to do the free anyway in game week 16. It is decided. My team is looking horrible for game week 16 if I'm not going to do anything. So yeah. So for Simon Lee, transfer not made. I would be tempted to sell Elliot probably to, I don't know, someone like Elliot Anderson, someone like that. Malik Chow or the Kuiper or any other good buy. Chow is a good buy. The Kuiper is also a nice differential, but I'm just not sure if he's going to play all the games for Brighton. So I really like Chow for the next few fixtures. Thanks. I have it on Haaland, but was considering Bruno for quite a few days. No problem, not Nepo. I'm not saying that you should not captain Bruno Fernandes just because I'm saying it. You can captain any player you want, but I just think that Haaland is the best captaincy option this week, as you can see from this graph here. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciated. Hi XTI 2020. Hi brother. I ditched Mateta for Thiago and Semenyo for Foden. Nice moves. Watch Mateta score now. Triple captain Haaland this week or wait till West Ham. I would wait till West Ham probably. That's what I would do if I had at least the triple captaincy chip available. I think that the fixture against West Ham at home is much better than Sunderland at home. So yeah, hopefully for you, Haaland is going to be fit for that. BJ D, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Not sure who to replace Gabriel with either. You need to sell Gabriel. You need to sell Gabriel right now because he's out and we don't know when he's going to be back. So yeah. Timber, Van de Berg, Van Heck, or Chow. Long term, probably Timber. Long term. Now, again, could Timber be rested in some games? Yeah, we just saw that in midweek when he was benched. So right now, again, there was always that possibility of Timber missing some games for Arsenal. But right now we know that this is a true possibility because it happened, obviously. So I still, for what's worth, I still think that I would go for Timber. Not necessarily this week, probably. Van Heck and Chow are good for the next two fixtures, so yeah. It really depends how you want to go for the future, how many Arsenal defenders you want to have. If you want to wait more a little bit to see if Saliba is going to be fit or not, maybe you want to go for Saliba. Munoz is a good option. Chow, Van Heck, as I said before, Van den Berg, all these are good options for the future, which you mentioned before. I can't get Foden without taking a hit, but I could do Njay to Minte instead. I don't think that I would do that. Njay has not the same good fixture like Minte against West Ham at home, but he's playing against Nottingham Forest at home, and he's also on penalty. So I would not sell Njay for Minte, I think. Thanks. No problem. XTI, thanks a lot for joining. Captain Thiago, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do that, but another person also, when I used my triple captaincy on Erling Haaland, said to me to triple captain Thiago when he was playing against Burnley and he scored 2 goals. So yeah, he was right also in that fixture. Um, but but again, I'm not going to captain Thiago against Spurs away. No way, no way I'm going to do that. But yeah. 1.3 million transfers in for Phil Foden ahead of Game Week 15. That's amazing. Just watch Foden being benched and or blanking this game week. It's gonna happen, guys. So don't be surprised about that. Yeah. Okay. So no leaks yet. "21 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you lock in your team, guys. Uh, Mitoma had injury setback in training apparently. Yeah, really funny. I saw that. I'm not even sure what's happening with Mitoma this season. He just can't seem to be available and nobody knows what's going on with him. So yeah, sad for him, but a really funny situation in FPL. Yeah, captaining Thiago would be great if it worked out. I'm captaining Haaland, but it gets boring. Yeah, again, it gets boring, but this is the week to be boring, I think, guys. Haaland against Sunderland at home. And yeah, if you're captaining Thiago, you all good luck to you. Hopefully, it's going to work out to you because also I have Thiago in my team, so hopefully, he's going to smash it. But I just can't captain Thiago, or I can't captain any other player other than Haaland, honestly, this gaming. Uh, if someone like Salah was in the form he was last season, then yeah, I would think about captaining him over Haaland, but definitely not this season. Lezinho, thanks a lot for joining. Have you seen the Kuiper playing left winger? Yeah, saw that. Saw that. Saw that he's a nice differential. He also is on free kicks, and he's pretty good at them. So yeah, I like the Kuiper for the short term. He's nice. He's a nice differential, but I'm still not 100% sure on minutes. My back three is Van Dijk, Senesi, and Gay. Should I change anything? I mean, I'm not sure which players you have on the bench, but if you have to play those three, it's perfectly fine. Blezinho. You look really tired, bro. Got to increase some stamina. I mean, it was a pretty tough week, honestly. And I'm still kind of sleepy a little bit. I need to make another coffee, but I'm going to do that after the stream. But I'm not tired. Hi, John Terox. Hey, Dennis. I will transfer Semenyo to Foden. Also thinking of doing Njaya to Minte. No. Or Mateta to Welbeck. What do you think? So Semenyo to Foden, I like that. John Terox. Njaya to Minte or Mateta to Welbeck. Uh, is that for -4? You're free in gaming 16, just like me. Fair enough. So I like more Njaya against Nottingham Forest at home than Mateta against Fulham away for what's worth. So I think that I would do Mateta to Welbeck, but fair enough. If you want to sell Njaya because he's going to go to AFCON, I just think that this is the last game for Njaya in my team, and I think that it is a decent fixture. But if you want to sell him, that's perfectly fine. So probably I would just do that. I guess Njaya to Minte and keep Mateta. High potential difference. Who do I get for 7.2 millions? Bruno Guimaraes, Njae Doku. You're definitely not going to buy Njae. Potential difference because it's probably the last game for him. Or in gaming 16 is going to be the last game for him, but it's against Chelsea, I think. So definitely you're not going to buy Njae. From those three options, probably I would go for Bruno Guimaraes instead of Doku because I'm just not sure when Doku is going to start anyway. And if I want to go for a Man City midfielder, I would just go for Foden. Mohamed, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Which is a better attacking pick on free this gaming, Voldemort or Gordon? For what's worth, I think that I would go for both of them on a free. But if just one, I think that I would go for Gordon because he's on penalties. Um, which two players to start? Hi Chetri, thanks a lot for joining. Anderson, Forrest, Rice, and Thiago. So to start two, I would start Thiago. That's tough. I'm not sure if Rice is going to start this gaming. That's the thing. I mean, there are some doubts about him. I personally think that he's going to start, but I can't guarantee it. So if you want to go safe, just start Thiago. For sure, I would start Thiago for what's worth. I will start Thiago and Anderson from Forest, I think. Hello, Dennis. Hi, Jangstar again. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Bench one, Enzo, Njay, Anderson, Mateta, Welbeck, So I would start Welbeck, Mateta for sure, Njae for sure, Enzo or Anderson. I think that I would start Enzo Fernandez because if Palmer is not going to be on the pitch for the whole game, which is probably what's going to happen, he's still going to have a decent amount of minutes to take a penalty, and he's more attacking than Anderson anyway. So probably I would go with Enzo and bench Anderson, Jankster, Hyper One, Sigdel. Will Burn play? I think that yes, I think that Burn is going to play. We could see some rotation for any team, honestly, this game week. You just saw what happened last game week. A lot of players were rotated, but yeah, what I think is that Burn is going to play. That's just my opinion. Only Zipper, Foden or Bruno Fernandes. I like both of them. Now, if you're asking me which one to buy, probably again a much more differential is going to be Bruno Fernandes, but Foden is going to be a big threat to your rank. So long term, I would prefer to have Foden, I think, than Bruno Fernandes. Although I like Bruno Fernandes because he has so many routes to points, he's not hauling every game. He's consistent. That's what I really like about him. But someone like Foden who can get you 2 goals every game week, it just looks better, I think. Secondly, Dewsbury Hall or Enzo Lefebvre as 8 attacker, using him in bench boost 18, replacing Elliot. So if you look in game week 18, Dewsbury Hall is going to play against Burnley, and Enzo Lefebvre is going to play against Leeds. So, interesting. Enzo Lefebvre is on penalties, so I would be tempted to go for him. I think that I would go for Enzo Lefebvre because I mean, not there's a slight chance. He is on penalties, Enzo Lefebvre for Sunderland, but his minutes are not as secure, I would say, like Dewsbury Hall, but they are still pretty secured. Burn or Senesi, I would play Burn for sure. Pawan, Kedarnath, Full, Rice or Minte, I would play Minte for sure. That's the question. 14 minutes till the deadline. Make sure, guys, you don't forget to use your transfer because, again, in some cases, again, you're not forced to use the transfer. You could just burn it, but I don't think that it makes a lot of sense in most cases to burn a transfer. So you just need to play burn. Sell Semenyo, Saka, or Rogers for Foden. I think that I would sell sorry, sorry. I think that I would sell Rogers before Saka. Definitely, I would not sell because he's going to have a good fixture in Game Week 16, and I would sell firstly Rogers before selling Semenyo because I would rather have Semenyo for the next 3 game weeks than to have Rogers for the next 3 game weeks. So yeah, only Zipper, Rogers to Foden for me. Bench Semenyo or Reinders. I would bench Reinders. I would bench Reinders anyway. I would not take any risk there. I did Chaka for Potts for some money. Yeah, Potts is probably the best cheap midfielder in the game. 4.6 or 4.4. I'm not really sure how much he is. Um, yeah, Potts is the pick you wanna go if you wanna save up some cash and upgrade elsewhere. And yeah, it looks good. Florin, Nathan, start Enzo or Thiago. I would start Thiago, I think. Bench Soboslai or Semenyo. Soboslai or Semenyo. Probably I would start Soboslai because of the better fixture, because he is the best player from Liverpool this season. Probably I would go for him, I guess. 4.4. So yeah, he's really cheap pots. So maybe I would bench Semenyo and start Soboslai, but somehow it just doesn't really feel right to do that. So yeah, I'm still not sure about that. I'm just checking to see if we have any more news. We have 12 minutes till the deadline, so make sure you make your transfers. Don't forget to use the transfer guys. And in Gaming 16, everyone is going to have 5. Um, yeah, no news yet. Probably we're not going to get any more leaks. Arthur Lewine, Enzo or Semenyo. Again, as I asked before with Soboslai Semenyo, I would like to start Soboslai. With Enzo, I just think that Chelsea are a good defense, although they conceded 3 goals against Leeds last gaming. I think that they could defend well. Now, Caicedo is a big miss for Chelsea, don't get me wrong. So probably I would start Enzo if you think that he's going to get good minutes. But yeah, doesn't feel great. Or I can transfer them out to anyone. I have 0.2 and 1 free transfer. I mean, you have to use your transfer, Arthur Lewine, because you're going to lose it if you're not going to use it this gaming. So I would sell probably Semenyo, but I'm not sure for who, because you don't have. If you want to take a 1 week punt, someone like Gordon could be okay. Uh, but yeah, someone like I would sell Semenyo to Minte if you don't have him probably, and play him instead of Enzo. Hi Dylan Mulder, thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Thanks a lot guys for joining, really appreciate it. Leave a like also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here, and if you of course enjoyed the content, it really means a lot. Senesi to O'Reilly or Chow. My heart says O'Reilly, my brain says Chow. What do you think? Long term, I think that O'Reilly is a better pick than Chow, especially when Emery is going to go to the African Cup of Nations. Short term, in the next 2, maybe Chow is a better pick. So pretty much go with your gut feeling. If you want to go for O'Reilly, just go for O'Reilly. If he's going to miss 1 game, it is what it is. But I just can't see O'Reilly being benched all the games. So at some point, maybe he's going to miss some games in the next 2-3 game weeks. But after that, he's looking really good when he's starting. So probably I would go with the heart. I've gone the same with the heart. I mean, not with the heart because I'm not a Man City fan, but I bought in Foden, knowing that he could well be benched this gaming. Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot, Dylan. Will Calafiori and Timber start? With Timber, I'm 100% sure he's going to start. With Calafiori, maybe a little bit more of a debate there, but I think that Calafiori is going to start. It's a tough fixture against Aston Villa, and I think that Arsenal and Arteta are going to play their best 11 probably. Mhm. Flash, you think I should go double Palace defense or start Timber? It would be Richards to start over him. I think that I would start Timber over Richards, honestly, just because I'm not 100% sure Palace are going to keep a clean sheet anyway, but I don't have any better alternatives on the bench, so that's why I'm starting double defense. And also I like Lacroix for defensive contributions, for attacking threat. If I had Timber, probably I would start him. Flash. Omar Raya, thanks a lot for joining. Will you play bench boost this week? So Chow, O'Reilly, Timber, Mbeumo Doku, Barnes, Bruno Fernandes, Minte, Welbeck, Haaland, Dubravka, Thiago, Van den Berg, Cash. No, I don't think that I would use the bench boost honestly with your team because the thing is, someone like Barnes could be benched. Someone like Doku could be benched. Cash and Vandenberg don't have great fixtures. Dubravka doesn't have a great fixture, so your your bench players are not really good, Mariah. So I just don't think that I would wait a little bit more with the bench boost. But yeah, Cash against Arsenal, Vandenberg against Spurs, Dubravka against Newcastle. I don't see any clean sheets there for those players. And you could have some rotation risk with O'Reilly, Doku, Barnes. So probably I would delay it a little bit. 4 minutes, guys. Make sure you lock in your teams. I need to make sure my team is locked. So Anderson is the first on my bench. Rodon against Liverpool. Alderete against Man City away. Yeah, hopefully it's not going to matter which defender I'm going to put second and third on my bench. But Anderson is going to be here. Again, I thought a little bit about maybe playing someone like Anderson instead of Mateta, but I can't really do that. I can't really do that. So yeah, this is my team for Gaming 15 and I'm locked in. Bruno Fernandes vice captain. It's not going to matter anyway. If Crystal Palace are going to keep a clean sheet, I'm going to be in heaven, honestly, and that's going to be huge for my rank. You think Nico O'Reilly starts? Personally, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. He's young. He could play. But at the same time, if they are going to, it really depends if he's going to start against Real Madrid. So I think that he's going to start against Real Madrid because at the moment, Enury is not playing that good. It's really tough. It's really tough. With Foden, I'm more sure that he's going to start than O'Reilly. But again, at the same time, if you have O'Reilly, probably I would just play him and pray that he's going to start anyway. So I don't think that you can have O'Reilly and not play him, because I think that there's a good chance he's going to start. But yeah, one side gamers, thanks a lot for joining. Start one between Romero, Richards, and Chaloba. I would start Romero. I think, because he has the better chance of a clean sheet. He's good for defense contribution and especially for attacking threat. So I would start Romero. Opinion on starting Anderson over O'Reilly? Over O'Reilly? Maybe. Maybe. But yeah. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, Carlos Vile. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciated. 1 minute, guys. Make sure you lock in your teams. Make sure you lock in your team, guys. So starting Anderson from Forest over O'Reilly, maybe, but I'm just not sure. yeah, like the stream, guys. Thanks a lot, Simon Lee. Leave a like. Also, if you enjoyed the stream, hit that subscribe button if you're not around here. It would be really much appreciated. And thank you a lot, everyone, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Not Forest Fulham. Then I would just start O'Reilly, Arthur Lewine instead of Anderson from Fulham. Joao Pedro or Elliot Anderson. I would start Joao Pedro, one side gamer. And yeah, guys, thanks a lot, everyone, for turning up to the stream week in, week out. We had 3 deadline streams in the last 7 days, which is massive. A lot of streams. Um, and yeah, so no, sadly, we don't have any leaks. I'm still checking to see if we get anything, but yeah, I think that we're locked in. We are locked in for Gaming 15. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. We're going to remain here to see the lineups for Arsenal. Leave a like also on your way out if you're leaving the stream, but we're going to remain here to see also what's happening and to talk more a little bit. Thanks a lot for the engagement for the stream. Really appreciated. Bought in Anderson last minute over Virgil van Dijk. Fixtures look too good for Anderson. Yeah, if I didn't have Virgil van Dijk, I would not buy him probably for for now because it's just not Liverpool are just not in the moment at the moment. So uh, yeah, even though I have Mateta, yeah, I mean, again, it's a move you're making for the future, not just not. Not just for one gaming, right? So yeah, this was my team. Hopefully, if we can get a green arrow this gaming, it would feel really great because in gaming 16, I'm going to use my fleet. So hopefully another green arrow, and then I'm going to have a really nice team for gaming 17. So it's just, again, at the moment, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is going to be a green arrow week for me. I have double Crystal Palace defense. I'm not sure if they're going to keep a clean sheet. I have Ryan goal. Not sure about the clean sheet, even with Virgil van Dijk. Hopefully, Liverpool can get a little bit better, and who knows, maybe a clean sheet, maybe an attacking return. That would be amazing. Foden, Bruno Fernandes, and Jai Minte. Honestly, really happy with how my midfield is looking for this gaming. And Thiago Mateta, Haaland. With Mateta, I just hope that he's going to do something. I just hope that he starts firstly, and then yeah, he's going to have some minutes. So yeah, let's move a little bit to Twitter. This was my team. Good luck, everyone. Also, on your way out, the 5 free transfers is like a wildcard for me, hoping to use bench boost afterwards. Yeah, probably is going to help you a lot to use the bench boost, those 5 free transfers. I hope Saliba starts. I hope too. Honestly, I hope that Saliba starts too because I'm thinking about buying him maybe in Game Week 17 or something like that. So I wanna know which Arsenal defender I'm going to buy in Game Week 17. So yeah. Okay, some other people are captaining Bruno Fernandes. Mm, mm, mm. As a Liverpool fan, Dennis, are you slot in or out? I'm I'm pretty much mixed at the moment. Uh, yeah, I talked about the subject in other streams. At the moment, The only thing is he won the league last season, and if Slot was going to be sacked, which manager are you going to appoint? There aren't a lot of good ones, or there aren't a lot of better one, let's say. But at the moment, yeah, it's clear to me not a lot of things are working for Liverpool. But again, they transferred in a lot of players this in the summer. They lost some players in the summer, so it makes sense for them to struggle a little bit this season, I would say. So I'm just going to wait to see a little bit more. But yeah, the performances are really bad. Even against Sunderland, there was no identity there. There was no, I don't know, will to do something except accepting someone like Soboslai, who's pretty much the only one who's trying at the moment. Yeah, other than that, it's really. Will the league start? I have him in my team. As he has also some attacking threat from corners. Hope so. Honestly, I'm not real sure if what's the thing with the leaked, because I also wasn't really interested in buying Man United defenders, honestly. But yeah, let me just check. I know that he missed the last game week in game week 15, but yeah, I'm not sure. Good luck, mate. Thanks a lot, Biplov Tapa. Thanks a lot. Good luck to you too this game week. Hopefully, we're going to smash it. So let me just see what Amorim said for Man United. Honestly, I wasn't so interested in Man United players, so and especially defenders. The league missed out altogether after picking up a minor injury. Ruben Amorim is hopeful that Dalot and the league will be both available for the trip to Wolverhampton. So again, will he play? I'm not sure, but there are some chances. So do 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 do. Dum, dum, da-da-dum, dum, da-da-dum, dum, 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 dum. By any chance, do you code? Uh, no, no. I'm working in finance. Although at the moment I wish I was working in IT, but no, I don't know how to code. I have uh, some friends who do that, but yeah, not me. Not me. Do. Let's try to, until we wait for the news, let's try to make a free, right, for Gaming 16. Because I'm actually going to use my free, so till we have time, let's try to do that. It is the first time also, guys, I'm thinking about the free for this gaming. So I will need to have three players from Arsenal, that's for sure. Timber, let's say also Cucurella. Are we going for Salah? Who knows? Probably not, but let's try to see if we can make a draft with Salah, right? Jimenez against Burnley. Hmm? Could be an option. Thiago probably is going to be here. Triple Arsenal for sure, yeah. I'm going to do that now. This is the first time I'm trying to make a free draft, so let's see how it's going to work. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go for Mohamed Salah, but uh, Palmer Saka, if everything is going to be alright, would be probably in my team. Um, and then I need to find another. Probably I don't have the money to do this, but yeah, I would need to go probably for Guyu here. I'm not sure if I'm going to go without Haaland, but let's just pretend I'm brave enough to do that. And yeah, I don't have enough money to have all these players. Uh, let's just say mm, let's let's pretend I'm going to go for Cunha or whatever here. Okay. How does free hit work? If I transfer in some players and then free hit, what will happen? You're going to activate the free hit, yeah. It doesn't matter. You can transfer out some players and then activate the free hit, and you're going to activate the free hit. You're not going to lose anything. So that's how it's working. But yeah, let's see the team for Arsenal first, and then we're going to see a little bit more the free hit. What do you think about my squad? Rate it out of 10. I'm currently 180k. Nice rank, one side gamer. Raya Ruffs, Romero Richards, Delic Saliba. Again, you at some point you need to get rid of João Pedro, Bowen, Njae, and probably Delict. Other than that, it looks great. Romero, again, I'm not 100% sure you want him for the future. You have already two players from Arsenal, so I would say 7 out of 10, just because I think that you can have better options than João Pedro, Bowen, and Njai obviously is going to go to AFCON, so you're going to sell him. But for this gaming, it's looking okay, so no problem with that. Timber, Calafiori, Rice, Eze, Merino, and Saka all start. Yeah, so it's pretty much full strong. Okay, not that full strong team for Arsenal. White is starting as a right back, so Saliba is not even on the bench. Gyökeres is on the bench. Madueke, yeah. Timber is starting as a center back. Now this downgrades the appeal a little bit for Timber, but who knows? Maybe he's going to get better defensive contributions as a center back. But definitely, you don't really want to have Timber as a center back. But yeah, Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Saka, Eze, Merino up front. So yeah, no surprises for Arsenal. For Aston Villa, again, no surprises, I think. All right. Matson is starting. Yeah, so no surprises. Now, if we move again to Gaming 16, uh, what I'm targeting on my freight, 3 players from Arsenal, obviously, maybe some players from Fulham, Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool, Brighton, Newcastle. I could go for players from Newcastle maybe for some of them, and Brentford against Leeds. So yeah, now let me just put Anderson here because he's playing against Burnley, so it makes a lot of sense. And I have 6.2 millions for a midfielder who, let's say, Harry Wilson on a free could be a fun punt. Yeah, I have too many players from Chelsea. Okay, so I can't go for Guyu. Let's go for Obi then. And I have 0.9 millions in the bank. So yeah, my first free draft for Gaming 16. I'm going to use the cheap guys, so yeah, I'm definitely going to use it. Now, it's interesting to go 3 players from Fulham. They're going to play against Burnley, so I think that it is a nice opportunity. Now, let's see how sure I am about Wilson, about Raul Jimenez. Palmer, Cucurella, Sanchez, double Chelsea defense against Everton, Timber, Saka. I have just 2 from Arsenal, so this is not okay. I could even go for, but who am I going to go for? A Saliba. I could go for an Eze if I'm feeling lucky. Uh, Depending how many minutes Eze is going to get in the Champions League, and if I think that he's going to start against Wolves, then he could be a nice option. And go double Arsenal attack against Wolverhampton at home. That could work out also. So yeah, what do you think? Probably Mohamed Salah is not going to be here, and I'm not going to have other problems, I guess. And I still have 1 million in the bank even with this team. So Salah could be Bruno, I guess. But Bruno is playing against Bournemouth at home, so yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. I will have 6 million in the bank with this team. Something I'm doing wrong, right? So I'm not even sure if I'm going to go for Timber on a free, honestly. If he's still going to play as a center back, that doesn't feel great. Uh, so yeah. I could go for a Gakpo here, or a Wirtz, or an Alexander Isak. If I'm going to be sure, one of them is going to start against Brighton. I could go there. I could even go, let's say, Potts in midfield, and Isak. So this is another possibility, and play a 3-4-3. But yeah, I will have Haaland on my feet, maybe Thiago and Raul. Yeah, it's the first time I'm looking, honestly, on a free draft for Game Week 16. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can go against Erling Haaland even on a free, but it's Crystal Palace away though, so yeah, I need to see what I'm going to do. Raul Jimenez and Thiago are looking good on a free. I'm not going to lie. Um, Saliba is not starting now. My backline will be De Ligt, Chalobah, and Romero. I mean, it's still good. Once a gamer, it's still good. At least you have. At least he's not on the bench, so he's not going to came in. Um, so yeah, let's put here Erling Haaland, right? Then I will need to make other sacrifices. Yeah, I will need to find 3.7 minutes to the bank, so not amazing. But what I can also do, let's say Neto, and yeah, I still can afford that. Yeah, not good enough. Yeah, with Haaland is going to be tricky. With Haaland is going to be tricky to have Saka and Palmer also, both of them. I need to go. Good luck, Dennis and chat. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We're going to end the stream real soon. Just finishing up this. Thanks a lot for joining, Florin. Really appreciate it. Have a nice gaming. Have a nice weekend. Good luck to you. Best replacements for Mbeumo, Mans Carson. Um, Palace was really lucky last week to win that match. Yeah, I agree with you, Florin. Mans Carson, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciated. So for Mbeumo, best replacements. Again, I don't think that you should sell Mbeumo. Definitely for Gaming 15, it's the deadline has passed, so you're not going to sell him. And I think that I would keep Mbeumo for Bournemouth, and then just sell him probably to someone like Foden in Gaming 17 or something like that. But Saka, Foden, Minte, good replacements. Hi Stuart, also Fletcher, thanks a lot for joining us. Good luck for this weekend, Dennis. Good luck, Stuart, too. And yeah, just thinking a little bit about my fleet, and then we're going to end. But yeah, I need to think a little bit honestly. It's not going to be that easy to make a free draft, so probably I'm going to change a lot of things. But yeah, this was my team for Gaming 16. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciated. We're going to end it here. Good luck to everyone. Have a nice weekend. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're not around here, and I'm going to see you next time. Probably tomorrow with my free draft for Gaming 16. Have a nice week. Take care and good luck in FPL. Hopefully everyone is going to get a green arrow. Bye. See you next time.